I think it had to be the most anticipated earnings announcement in recent memory for us. And in a way, from a fundamental standpoint, it was a bit of a non-event in the sense that earnings were not too far out of line, and expectations were pretty good, and guidance was pretty good. But I think pretty good is probably not enough at this stage in the cycle. And Nvidia is in that unenviable position where it needs to continue to increase investors' expectations and then meet those expectations. And obviously, that's flowing through to the AI supply chain in Asia. We start always with TSMC as really the linchpin there. It's obviously off today. There's nothing in the Nvidia announcement that suggests that we should be too concerned about TSMC. Clearly they have a very robust order book. They're in a position to raise prices. But nevertheless, again, we've seen very strong moves over the last year or so, and it takes a lot of good news to keep pushing these stocks higher. I was interested to see SK Hynix coming off as sharply as it did. Obviously, memory is more cyclical, and there's concerns there, but they really are the leader in that high bandwidth memory, and it appears to me that they're still in a pretty good position. So I was surprised to see how much that stock sold off today.
Yeah, 6%. Do you think that this is a sign for things to come? Because we had a guest earlier on saying, look, there could be some aberration on the margins front. There could be some aberration as far as the demand environment is concerned, and also the guidance. But long term, this is a buy on dip story, whether it's SK Hynix or Nvidia.
My sense, and I'm speaking for the AI supply chain, but I guess Nvidia as well, is that it's going to be tough for the near term anyway for these stocks to push up. There are some areas where we might get good news. We got the new Apple phone release coming out. We certainly have the new chip for Nvidia coming out, and that could certainly be some good news as well. So there's room for good news to push these shares up. But I think that we may see them trend sideways for now. I would be even on the margin a little more pessimistic if Nvidia's numbers weren't, pretty good. I just think that pretty good is not enough. So I would disagree. I would say that for now, investors may be looking elsewhere to park their money until we get a real resumption of sort of uptick in demand and more clear positive surprises.